The Lulbegrud Classic, probably 20 years in concept and idea, 2.5 years in design and build. Walk with me and I'll tell you about it. So we got 52-100 cryogenic treated steel. We have a little over 8.5 inches in length total. But the beauty of this particular blade is in the handle. Let me tell you about that because that's critical here. In everything that I design and consult with other makers on, it's all about tying people back to history. And that's what this particular knife does a lot of. So the American chestnut tree is a tree that died out in the early 1900s. There's a few around in the country, but for the most part, they're gone. But there's barns and schools and old buildings and stuff of that nature that are still built from American chestnut wood back in the day. Not to mention, the logo for Nature Reliance School has an American chestnut leaf and ties us to the history of it. The Lulbegrud Classic, designed by myself and built by Rob at Outlier Knives, is basically built on these scales made from reclaimed American chestnut with OD green liners. So these are one-of-a-kind scales for every knife that we're going to sell because they're small. Some people might call them imperfections. I call them beauty. But small wormholes from the American chestnut. That's going to make every single one of these blades one of a kind and special. The name Lulbegrud was given to a creek by Daniel Boone himself. It's a creek that I grew up nearby here in Clark County, playing, camping, survivaling, bushcrafting, fishing, all that kind of good stuff when I was a kid. So it's got a lot of my own personal history. It's got a lot of American history attached to it. And I'm quite frankly very excited that we're finally to this point with a blade that I've designed with American chestnut handles. Let's talk about my intent for this design. Campouts, cookouts, on the farm, all that kind of good daily use that is my intention for this blade. You can utilize it to skin game, fillet fish, set up camp, all the things that you might do on a regular family outing with a blade, even on a daily basis on the farm. The Lulbegrud Classic. A lot of time and effort to get it to this point. I'm sure you're going to love it. Check it out. Come on, join in. Let's learn together.